So new Fox News polling showing Biden still is leading among voters under 30, but that support is dropping, with Trump up 10 percentage points since the election of 2020. Our next guests are two of those young people who ditched the Democratic Party, leaving behind the liberal ideology they embraced as teens. We got Becky and Grace. They were joining us this morning. I've been so fascinated with you guys' story. I've been reading through it all morning. Becky, why the change, and are you fearful of the pushback?
Well, I grew up in Queens and in New York, and which is admittedly a very politically diverse borough, more than people might think. And I grew up in this social media culture that was very dominated by left-wing propaganda, for lack of a better word, that was pushed to me through the algorithms, and I accepted it. I accepted it wholeheartedly. I loved it. I was very into it until I started to come out of it and realize that a lot of what I believed was very emotional and not really based in logic or fact. So once I started to have that realization, it really all came to a head around 2020 when I started to see how democratic policies were playing out in my city. Cashless bail, for one, you know, the riots after the killing of George Floyd, you know, Madison Avenue being completely decimated by, you know, these roving bands of rioters.
You just had a natural change based on your circumstance. Grace, you grew up a little bit differently. You come from a family that are liberal. You did phone banking. Why the change for you?
For me, it really came down to just looking at the nuance and doing my own research. I feel like I surrounded myself with a lot of Democrats and was kind of in that culture, so it was normal for me. But I think once I started to do my research and understand the nuance, because I kind of saw things as very one-sided, but once I kind of got out of that cycle and stopped only surrounding myself with one kind of people, I think I started kind of leaving the hole that I was in and came more towards the right.
It's amazing. So I got one last question. I'll give you both 30 seconds, and I'll start with you, Becky. Who are you going to vote for, and why are you voting for him?
I will be voting for Donald Trump in November because we can't have 4 more years of what's been going on. I mean, it's completely destroyed the country. It's destroying our futures. And I'm very blessed to be surrounded by a great community in the New York Young Republican Club, in my work in the city council with Councilwoman Ina Vernikoff. I'm very lucky to have a good community around me that will help support that.
Amazing. Grace, how about you?
For me, I just know that I won't be voting for Joe Biden because I know we can't have another 4 years of open borders and things of that nature.
What I love about you two, Becky and Grace, is it's clear it's not about candidates for y'all. It's about the issues. You have an authentic change in politics, and you know why. So I thank y'all so much for getting up this morning for us.
Absolutely.
You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.